What's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. This is your Cool Down Thursday edition. So, could, could, could it be that Stephanie White is planning her exit plan to lead the Indiana Fever? Is the pressure of coaching Caitlin Clark has gotten to her? Is the pressure of the fans have gotten to her? All the questions from the media has gotten to her. I said this early in the year when Linda was pointed as the advisor, and a lot of us were saying, hey, she's overseeing Stephanie White. See what's going on. But a very interesting taking yesterday's practice conference, she said she gave high praise to Austin Kelly. Now, we know Austin Kelly draws up plays. He's been with her last year. He draws up plays. And if you have been paying attention, 2 days ago, I dropped the first part of my three-part series of The Paradox. The Paradox series is shedding whole light of Stephanie White, her coaching staff, and the Indiana Fever organization. Tomorrow will be part two. It will dive deep into the coaching staff. And one of the coaches is Austin Kelly, who also was with her at Vanderbilt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, sir. Old Austin Kelly been with her since Vanderbilt days, Connecticut days, and now the Indiana Fever days. But is he the guy for the job? I'm gonna let y'all listen to this video, and then I'm gonna come back in because I'm gonna give my thoughts because it's something I said early in the season could be coming to fruition. Let's check it out.
Great point guards in our league. Certainly, when you think about Cloud and Sky and their experience, championship caliber, players, we've got to contain them, and we've got to make sure that we do a good job of protecting our paint. Their bigs do a great job of diving. They do a great job of sealing. They're active on the offensive glass, so we've got to do that. And when we do that, it allows us to do what we do best, and that's get out in transition. That's play fast, which is what we want to do. So it's about our growth process, but we've certainly got to guard our yard and contain the paint.
Your time with Austin predates here. When did you realize he had sharp skills of drawing up plays like the one he had to do?
Yeah, I mean, Austin's always been a high.
Now, if you pay attention, they getting into the Austin Kelly situation. And I want y'all to listen really, really closely.
High IQ guy, went back in my first time here in Indiana. He was a practice player, and he played every position.
Her first time in Indiana, he was a practice player. A practice player. Now listen.
And so he remembered the plays at every position. He played every great player from he was Maya Moore, or he was Lauren Jackson, or he was Elena Deladon, or he was whomever, right? And just knowing tendencies and playing personnel, you could tell that he had a really high basketball IQ. And then when I brought him, with me at Vanderbilt, we would always talk X's and O's. I mean, we'd be watching games.
See, he was with her the first time around in Indiana. Then she took him with her to Vanderbilt.
And texting back and forth, just different things that we saw, and our mindset is.
And that's when Austin Kelly met his wife now, Charisma, through being down in Vanderbilt.
Similar in terms of what we look for out of our action. And it's funny because I was talking to Lynn the other day, and it's, you get to a point in coaching where it's like you're ready to hand that off to somebody else.
She was talking to Lynn Dunn the other day when you already get to a point where you're ready to hand it off. So do you believe that she thinks that Austin Kelly is ready to take over? Because you think about it now, it was the same thing that happened to Stephanie White with Lynn Dunn. When Lynn Dunn was the coach at Indiana, she was the assistant. When Lynn Dunn moved on, guess what Lynn Dunn did? Gave her the same opportunity. So is she's preparing Austin Kelly for the same transition that will happen to her with Lynn Dunn? You got to pay attention to this stuff, folks. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I keep trying to tell y'all, it's a whole lot of mess that's going on right around here. The same transition. And she's talking to Lynn Dunn about it. So therefore, Lynn Dunn, who's been her mentor for a long, long time, from the days of Purdue recruiting her in Purdue, being there with Indiana Fever, getting her in the expansion draft to Indiana Fever. She brought who she had along with her, Austin Kelly from Indiana, Vanderbilt, Connecticut, Indiana. Connect the dots, people.
That's the thing that I love about the game, but you know, where we are collectively, being able to hand that off to him, you know, I trust him implicitly. He's really good at all that stuff, and we continue to see things the same way. And he's super creative, watches a lot of basketball, and takes a lot of pride in it.
All right, y'all heard that. There's a transition period that's about to happen for the Indiana Fever. I said this before. If the Indiana Fever continue to lose games, and you got to think about it, Linda record was pretty subpar too. Subpar too. And then she passed it on. Stephanie White went to the finals against who? Cheryl Reeves, lost. Following year, it was 500. Sure. Guess what? Stephanie White got fired. Maybe this is the last term for her. Maybe she doesn't stay long term with organizations. Look at her history with Indiana, 2 years. Connecticut, 2 years. Vanderbilt was the longest, 5-6 years? Then now, her 2 years, her second going into her second year with the Indiana Fever. There could be a transition period, people. I said this early in the year. If things got bad, it's going to force her out. They're not going to fire her. They're going to force her to resign. She's going to turn it over to Austin Kelly. Now, the thing about it is, if Austin Kelly coaches the rest of the season and she steps away, there's no guarantee that Austin Kelly is going to be the man going forward. Just being honest. They pretty much will clean house. But if she's thinking about stepping away, if the pressure's getting too much, remember last year when she took 2 games off and it was Austin Kelly that ran the team? Come on now. Come on. I'm trying to hip y'all to something. Oh, I got another video for you. We Shall Be Free. She was on the podcast with the guy named Query, who she goes on there all the time. And they was talking about a song called I Shall Be Free, well, however it goes. And they was talking about Caitlin Clark. But listen to how he referenced it, because they was talking about it earlier in the beginning of the podcast.
With this, when Caitlin Clark hit that shot the other night in Washington, I'm not going to say we shall be free, that it was this like lifting in that regard, but she said afterwards that, and I'm paraphrasing, that it just kind of helped break through some.
I mean, when he said we shall be free, they talked about that early in the show, the beginning of the show. And she asked him, because they around the same age, she said it, and everything like that. I always say you gotta read between the lines. You can't be so naive that you gloss over everything or so, oh, this is what they said, this is what they meant. Stephanie White, in her mind, is preparing for a transition period. You can see the pressure has built up on her to deliver, and she can't deliver. It's not the same pressure that she had in Connecticut. This is a whole type of different pressure that she's dealing with, because you're dealing with one of the most phenomenal talent that you ever had, that the W ever had since the olden days. The pressure has gotten to Stephanie White. You can see it in her face. You can see how she's getting agitated. You see she's not happy all the time. She tried to be, but it's wearing on her. And do you really think that she's going to spend 5 years in Indiana with Caitlin Clark? And the level of scrutiny, the level of criticism day in and day out for 5 seasons? No, I don't think so. And for her to say that in that press conference about Austin Kelly, she has complete trust in Austin Kelly, that tells me right then and there that Stephanie White is planning her exit strategy. Could be sooner than later, or it could be, I don't know. Could it be something that they planning on having her leave at the end of the season and move Austin Kelly in there? That still wouldn't help Caitlin Clark, because you still have the same old staff. So I'm just telling y'all, pay attention to what's going on around. This is very interesting, and it's very telling in a sense also.
Through some of the noise. Is that a fair statement? Was there stuff swirling around that it was good to just break through that?
I mean, I think anytime you are able to come away with a win on the road, and especially in our league, it's always good. You know, we've had our moments where we haven't done as good a job as we're capable of in playing with a lead. You know, it was another one of those moments at times in that ball game. You know, but I always feel good about ourselves when we get to end of game situations. I think that our team does a great job of executing in those moments. You know, for C in particular, to be able to find herself that open. You know, she's going to step up and knock it down. And it was a big time shot. It was a hell of a pass by Sophie. And for us, it was a much needed win on the road.
I thought the pass was brilliant because it was just, you know, it's almost like.
So anyway, that went on, but I'm highlighting certain things for y'all. It's not about hate. It's fair criticism. That's all it is. It's fair criticism. And like I said, when I drop the Paradox 2 tomorrow for y'all, it's going to show you a lot more of the inexperience of this coaching staff. I think Austin Kelly is a great guy, but I think the pressure of running this team and coaching Caitlin Clark is way over his head. I think if it was a level of not having Caitlin Clark or Leah Boston on this team, yeah, he could probably manage it. They don't have the experience, the toughness to really go through this rugged. If it was a Cheryl Reeves or Becky Hammond or Sandy Bardello, yeah, or Lisa Bluter, yeah, sure. But just pay attention, guys. Like I said, Stephanie White is planning her exit. And if she's having conversations with Lynn Dunn, that lets me know there's something brewing down the line between while the season going on and most likely at the end of the season. Because everything probably is going to hinge on the end of the season. Like, comment, subscribe. This is Live Wire Sports Media. This is your Cool Down Thursday edition. Be sure to lock in, hype up the video. Me and B-Chef will be play-by-play tonight when the Indiana Fever take on the Chicago Sky. I'll go live at 6:30. Game tip-off at 7. If it ain't live, it is The Wire.